So I've been on the improvise. The one thing I did want to tell you before I really get going is that I've never actually been to a wedding before. It's the first wedding I've been to. It's also therefore the best I've ever been the best man. So I wasn't worried about the speech, but throughout the day, I think maybe half of the people here asked me if I was nervous, and I wasn't. And now I'm terrified. When I was trying to work out what I have to do, I knew that I'd lots of information for people like me who've never been to a wedding before. So I was looking along and I even found speeches you could buy that were pre-written. But the bad news is that none of them go for a couple called Charlie and Sarah. So unfortunately, most of what you're going to hear that's not been said already is my own word. But before I get into the juicy stuff, I wanted to tell you how Charlie actually asked me to be his best man. It was a couple of years ago before he even asked Sarah to marry him. We were in Dublin for my birthday, and after a long day out, filming a visit to the Guinness factory, in a state of complete sobriety, he came up to me, put his arm around me and said, "I love you, Steve. If I ever get married, you're going to be the best man." I wouldn't ask my brother that.
I missed you.
So it's nice to have a so brother. But to be honest, I just thought he was being so good. So I just ignored him and said, "Yeah, come here, yeah, let's just go home." Well, a year later, he asked Sarah to marry him. He did call me up and he asked me again, and I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really having a great time, so thank you very much for the invitation. But to be honest, I was a little bit surprised. I would have thought that having known Charlie since he was 12 years old, he might have asked someone to get attacked, because I've got so many secrets to tell you today. But before I do go into public shaming, I'd just like to briefly say again thank you to a lot of people today on Charlie and Sarah's behalf. Simon and Julie, Sue and Barry, bridesmaids, Jay, everybody that's contributed to the really smooth running of this day. I think it's been fantastic so far. I've got just the microphone. And also, I personally wanted to thank Rob for bringing him here. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I've had 2 sips of wine so far tonight. And as soon as this is finished, I'm making the charge for the bar. So I also wanted to personally thank bar staff in advance. And I think I'll have behalf of the rest of you as well. Now, I was interested to hear Charlie's version of events about how Sarah knew that. Because I didn't know that much about it when they just told me they were a bit basic. But now, what you told me and what I read from the wedding website is totally different. I don't know you were in that romantic location there in Chicago like that sunset. I also was reliably told that I saw myself in February when we came to visit that it's a hangout, local chaps, drunken white boys and white stiletto girls, so I think it's a unique coincidence they have that people know. But I have met and I'm here. I have to say again, pleased to be here and proud to be your best man. And I said I've never actually been to a wedding before, so obviously I have no idea what the best man says for his speech, so I started thinking about what I would talk about. And I thought, oh, this is a good idea, I can give you some advice about marrying this. How do you get on with it? And I was a snag. I'm not married either. I've only got my parents' experience, so I thought, well, what's that going to take me? So I started looking at the internet, because, you know, it's pretty cool. And I came up with a couple of definitions. This is my favourite chapter. Marriage isn't a word, it's a sentence. Well, I don't know what I'm not saying this here, so I even found a definition with multiple reference. Here's some matrimony, the high sea for which no compass is yet invented. But one weekend I was back in London, doing some shopping in Barrow and totally wasting money. And I found these little books. Now, they were written in 1913 by the Reverend and Mrs. Smile. So it's fair to say that at least one modern and contemporary, and a good outlook on how you should guide yourselves and work together for marriages. So for the benefit of everybody here, I just wanted to read a couple of examples for you all. Sarah, don't be everlasting trying to change your husband's habits, unless they are very bad ones. Take him as you find him and leave him in peace. Sarah, don't expect all the give to be on his side and all take on yours. Don't work yourself into a frenzy every time your husband needs to turn up at the expected time. There is no probability neither run over by the motor car, nor run to nervous on his way home, nor lying in a lonely land with a sprained ankle, nor in any other terrible predicaments your imagination pictures. Probably he stops at the bookstore to buy a new paper to send us the train. So if you're going to be hysterically when you find him does come home. John, don't always refuse to go shopping with your wife. Of course it's a nuisance, but sometimes she honestly wants your advice, and you want to be pleased to give it. Don't argue that a new hat isn't necessary, because there's nothing visibly wrong with the old one. You probably haven't forgotten that it's the third season, but she hasn't. Now the same lady, Mrs. Smythe, also wrote a few other pamphlets and guidelines, and still surely before these. And I'd like to give you a few bits of advice. It was almost like the Vogue magazine of today, so we probably shouldn't really talk about it in this setting, but I'm going to anyway. To the sensitive young woman who has had the benefits of proper upbringing, which you kind of told she has, the wedding days are likely both the most happiest and most terrifying day of your life. On the positive side, there is the wedding itself, in which the bride is the central attraction in a beautiful and inspiring ceremony. Tick the box so far. Symbolising her triumph in securing, but insert snatching if you will, a male to provide all her needs for the rest of her life. On the negative side, there is the wedding night, during which the bride must pay the piper, so to speak, by facing for the first time the terrible experience of sex. At this point, dear reader, let me concede one shocking truth. Some young women actually anticipate the wedding night ordeal with curiosity and pleasure. Beware such an attitude. A Most men, if not denied, would demand sex almost every day. The wise bride will permit a maximum of 2 brief sexual experiences weekly during the first months of marriage. As time goes by, she should make every effort to reduce this frequency. Feigned illness, sleepiness, and headaches are your wise best friend in this matter. Arguments, nagging, scolding and bickering also can be very effective. Clever wives are always on the alert for new and better methods of denying and discouraging the amorous overtures of the husband. Now we get to the conclusion, John, and you'll see what you've got yourself into today. A good wife should expect to have reduced sexual contacts to once a week by the end of the first year of marriage, and to once a month by the end of the 5th year. By their 10th anniversary, if they make it that far, many wives have managed to complete their childbearing and have achieved the ultimate goal of terminating all sexual